Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to TaosSports.com. I'm Rudy Baca, your play-by-play announcer, sitting alongside Jake Mosman, helping me here in the booth. Not much of a booth here, but what a great afternoon for some Division I soccer. We have the premier game for the Taos Echo Park Grand Opening, the New Mexico Lobos against the University of Denver Pioneers. And Jake, man, wow, I've been waiting for this all day.
Oh, this is great. I've been waiting for this almost my whole life. Half of my life, so I'm really glad to be here.
Let me tell you, this game is the premier. Again, this field here in particular, one of the best fields in the country for high altitude training. It doesn't get any better than that. A 2-star rating from FIFA, the International Soccer League, and this league doesn't give this rating to any field in the country unless it's absolutely perfect. Jake, what do you think?
Oh no, it's great. Remember the Lobos were just 5 years ago in the national championship game, so this is about as good a way as that you could kick it off. Our home team, half of the players are from New Mexico. Patrick Pacheco from Taos starting on our home field for the first game ever played of this level on it. It's wonderful. Couldn't be any better.
Absolutely, and as we mentioned, the Lobos last time out against the Denver Pioneers, they were ranked #1 in the nation. Went up to Denver, took a game 1-0, and from then on it was just nothing but success for the Lobos. As Jake mentioned, they were in the championship game against Maryland, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. You know, 1-0 finish on a penalty kick was a great game, and a tremendous year for the Lobos, and I'm sure that Coach Fishbein has his sights set on ending up their year every year. That's the goal.
Yep, absolutely, and bear with us today. We've got a little wind blowing from the west, so our microphones are going to be a little bit staticky, but just bear with us. Thank you for joining us here on TaosSports.com. Rudy Bach and Jake Mosman. We got the Denver Pioneers. We got the UNM Lobos. We got the grand opening of the Taos Echo Park here in beautiful Taos, New Mexico. Onto the field, we got the Denver Pioneers in white. We got the New Mexico Lobos in their traditional red and white uniforms. And as Jake mentioned, one of our hometown guys, Patrick Pacheco, on the field as a starter, man.
Yeah, I was very blessed to have the opportunity to coach Patrick. He's a wonderful kid, a beautiful person, great soccer player, and I can't imagine what he's feeling right now, you know, representing on this pitch here in beautiful Taos, New Mexico, his hometown.
Absolutely, and let me tell you, here comes the Lobos onto the field, and these guys, let me tell you, these are some real men out there on the field. You can see the height in some of the Denver players out in the center of the field right now, as most of the Lobos getting ready to do some battle. They send back their goalies, and respectively, here we go. Here's the kickoff. It'll be controlled by the Denver Pioneers as they get back to the midfield as they try to control the game early. And of course, back for the defenders doing their thing, trying to bring it up, taking their time and rotating that ball very nicely in the backfield. Here comes the first kick of the game. It goes all the way down, controlled by the Lobos right now. In the right side of the field it goes, and we continue to just toy around with it right now. The 31 seconds into the game thus far. We can't say enough about this Lobo team being ranked in the top 25 in the past number of years. Last year we're not ranked. The year before they were ranked 25th, and consequently the years before that, #1, #2, #3, on and on and on it goes.
You can see how the Lobos, like, they're drawing the Pioneers forward, trying to create some space. You can see that the Pioneers do not have their offside line pulled very high so that their goalkeeper can help with the snuff the attack, and the Lobos are just playing the ball in the back, trying to draw them further out so there's more space behind them to play. One of the key players to keep an eye on is number 23 here, Blake Griffin. Blake Smith. Tremendous scorer, scored in the Lobos' last game, and Michael Green also scored in their last game. So those are two very potent attackers that we should keep our eye on today.
Absolutely, and of course for the Denver Pioneers at this point, having a free kick on the left side off a penalty off the Lobos, and I think that penalty went against Justin Holmes, if we're not mistaken, and they're going to give a free kick out to the goalies. He can get this thing. He's got it down there on the box. He's going to put this thing in play for the Denver Pioneers. So there's the whistle, and we'll get play underway here. Very powerful leg in the goalies of these two clubs.
Well
Big
cleared,
header.
Well cleared into the space behind him. Let's see if Michael can get on the end of that. Well controlled by the goalie.
So the good goalie has nice control in the backfield there for the Denver Pioneers. As here try to clear it out one more time and get this thing underway.
Another thing to watch is Patrick Pacheco, number 25, playing wide right in the midfield. Historically, the Lobos like to play to their width, so 23 on this side, 25 on the other. Very key players in terms of creating width and space in the attack and giving us some room in the middle where we can finish our chances.
And again, the Denver Pioneers backing it out to their goalie to clear this thing out.
Lobos stepping up to press now, trying to press the action a little bit and force the turnover in the midfield. Ball is played into the middle, and the header is well played by the Pioneers, but won by the Lobos.
So at this point, the Lobos on the attack right now. It's still back to the midfielders trying to...
That's what I was talking about. They're playing wide out to the right, overlapping run by the back to try and create some space in front of the goal for the forwards.
And that ball is kicked out of bounds by the Lobos, goes over to the Pioneers, and the Pioneers will bring it in play. Bring it into play for the Pioneers is Josh Wren, and he'll bring it in with his hands. And a couple of headers there, a little action in the middle of the field. And the Pioneers back it way out, get it into Jack Henderson. Jack Henderson will back it out into Drew Becky, and then all the way down as the Lobos defenders back it out to the front. The Pioneers, there's the midfielders for the Lobos.
This is an opportunity for the Lobos to use this ball here. They choose to wait and build the attack. Ball out to the left flank. And swinging to switch the attack to the right back. That movement from side to side creates a space in the middle and causes the defense to lose vision of the attacking players and creates good attacking opportunities. Excellent job by the Lobos to keep the ball moving side to side right now.
So here comes the Lobos on the attack. They lose it to the Denver Pioneers and they take over. Gets into the backfield now with some of the defenders as they rotate it out to the right side of the field, and then they bring it back inside.
For another turnover.
There's a turnover, and here comes the Lobos on the attack.
Michael Green, dangerous player. Blake Smith, cross, back post. Cleared out for a corner.
And that was a nice header. Yeah, nice attack.
That's a good example of side-to-side movement. Ball to the left flank creates movement by the defense, and we play behind them for the shot opportunity.
So the Lobos with a shot opportunity at this early juncture in the game, as 5 minutes have ticked away in this period. First period of play, Lobos and the Denver University Pioneers. The Lobos will get a corner kick. This is very dangerous as they try to get it in the middle into the box and try to get a header off a point. There it comes. There's the header. So the Lobos miss a grand opportunity there, as usually those pretty much go in most of the time, Jake.
Well, that was a well-struck ball. In this kind of wind, you don't want it to float. You want to drive it head high, and hopefully one of your players can get onto the end of that and hit that with some force towards the goal. Keeper did a really good job of his footwork there to be in the right spot.
Absolutely, and here comes the Lobos again, backing it up to the defenders so they can do something with it. Big kick up the right side again, as Jake has mentioned. They try to get that corner sort of stuff happening to open up the middle. That doesn't happen this time, but the pressure is still on in terms of defenders for the New Mexico Lobos. Denver Pioneers, goalie ready to kick this thing out of there again, clear it up. Big kick here as this one goes, and back to the Lobos on the attack. As they'll
and they will be patient in their build, trying to draw the Pioneers out a little bit and create some space behind them that we can play into.
Great footwork here by the Lobos as they still go down the right
nice
side.
ball.
There's a kick, and that's going to go a little bit too far, and that will go out of bounds.
Very, very typical of the Lobos' attack. Swing it wide, look for the long ball into what's called the channel space, just outside of the penalty area there, and then across to another runner into the middle. very, very typical of the Lobos attack. They will hold a very high line, meaning that their defense is willing to step way out and let the goalkeeper cover a lot more space with his feet if he has to come out of the area to play the ball as a field player.
So the Denver Pioneers put it back in play. This time it dribbles off and goes into these very potent players for the Lobos. They get it up to the right side again, using that strategy as Jake has mentioned. Go to the middle of the field, nothing there, stolen away by the Pioneers.
Nice step, nice step.
And then back outside, and that'll stay inbounds.
It was a good tackle by Patrick Pacheco. Almost turned into a turnover with a shot opportunity.
So now the ball goes out of bounds off the Pioneers, and the Lobos will get it back here as they will bring it in. Looks like Travis Campbell will get that opportunity. Now he gets it over to one of his teammates in Levy Rossi, and Levy will put it in play. Up forward onto Devin Sandoval, and Devin loses out of bounds.
Devin is another New Mexico product, played on the same club team as Patrick Pacheco as a youth player. He went off to San Diego State and felt like he wanted to come home and contribute to the Lobos, and we're glad to have him back.
Absolutely. So now the ball bouncing around, that will go out of bounds off the hitter off the Denver Pioneers. So the Lobos will get it back as 8-13 has expelled from this game. No score as of yet. The Lobos, with a couple of opportunities at the net, have missed. The Denver Pioneers yet to have an opportunity at scoring. It seems that the Lobos have managed to keep the ball on their side of the field throughout the 8 minutes being played, Jake.
Yeah, neither team has really established possession very well and created much of a rhythm, but it's typical with teams that know each other so well. They're conference opponents. They see each other twice a year in conference play, and they know each other's strengths and weaknesses very well. They'll be patient. This could very well be a 1-0 game. Every opportunity is big in a game like this.
Absolutely. And there's a missed ball there. There's some nice dribbling happening here, and backs it out a little bit. And here comes a nice shot up the middle.
Well played. He was called offside, so he was just off. A little impatient on the run. The timing wasn't quite there, but it was a great ball out of the back.
Yep, it definitely was as offside, so they'll bring it back over to the other end. The Denver Pioneers will take over.
That's why the Lobos are very patient with the ball in the back, because they do want to draw the Pioneers out, so they have that space where the goalkeeper isn't sure whether he can cover it or not and play into that space. That was almost perfect.
Yep, it sure was. It looked beautiful from our end. It was just a little offside. So here comes the play. That will go all the way back and high off. And here's Devin. He gets it, passes it off to the left side, and here comes the Lobos, and it's kicked out of bounds by the Pioneers. They'll get another opportunity here with Blake Smith. And there's Devin, and Smith will get it on the left side. Look at the fancy footwork he's losing there, nicely done. And there's a pass, and it's a little bit too far forward.
Patrick Pacheco stumbling on that.
Yeah.
And you can see the interchange of players. Patrick is playing right mid. He comes all the way to the left flank for that ball. The players will interchange to kind of try and confuse the defense and lose track of them as they're running through.
So the Denver Pioneer goalie will try to clear this thing out one more time and get it on the other end of the goal here. And there's the kick. It's a deep one.
And well won by the Lobos. Well done by the central defense. That's their job on those long balls. Nothing over the top is Fishbine's mantra on those balls.
So they go up the right side again, trying to create some space. Jake has mentioned that as a header. Goes back out to the Lobos.
Into Patrick.
There's Patrick again. Yep.
Pass. Might be a little excited.
I would think he would be. So here comes the Denver Pioneers clearing it out to the defenders.
Lobos stepping to press. Now dropping back a bit to try and tighten up the space.
And that goes out of bounds here by Blake Smith off his hands, and the Pioneers will get it back here. The referee backs him up just a little bit as Jack Henderson will bring it in with his hands. And there's Jack, sends it in.
Well done by Javier to win the throw in there. Ball still, possession still not clear.
And then they get it up forward.
Well done by the Pioneers there.
These are some big gentlemen out there on the field. They'll back it out, and they'll go all the way back to the goalie, clear
Yeah,
this
the
thing
goalie
out.
can't pick that ball up. It was an intentional pass, so he has to play that with his feet.
So here comes the Lobos again on the attack. Got
Well
somebody
done.
in the midcourt.
Into Patrick. And a great diagonal ball. Oh.
And there's it's still in the front. There's some holding going on there. No penalty flag there. And there it
Calls
is.
it. The referee in that situation in soccer, the referee has the option to wait and see if the advantage builds. If doesn't want to stop the play if the Lobos are going to get a good scoring opportunity, but that advantage did not develop, so then he blew the whistle, and we have an excellent opportunity off the free kick here right outside the penalty area.
Exactly. So just outside of the big box, we'll get a free kick, and apparently they're going to count on Devin Sandoval to do the honors. And let's see what he can create with this free kick from just beyond the second box.
So there are a few options here. You can either play into pass. From this distance, a shot is much more likely than a play designed for a pass. And the attacking players have to be very, very aware of the step by the defense to avoid the offside, and also the rebound off the keeper.
And there's a fake, and it was
just
a fake
over
off,
the top.
Yeah, it was a fake off Devin, and I think it looked like
Blake Smith.
Blake Smith took the shot.
It just didn't dip on that kind of ball. He wants to get it over the wall and then have it drop, and he just didn't have enough. I think maybe the wind affected it a bit.
Yep. So the Denver Pioneer goalie will go ahead and bounce that thing out of there.
Takes a lot of skill to make that ball dip right at the right time.
And again, nice defense here on the Lobos part.
Well done by the defense to keep any balls from going over the top. There, you never want to let that ball over the top.
There's Patrick Pacheco with a nice pass, and the shirt being held, but no penalty.
You can see the familiarity between Devin and Patrick. As I said, they played for years on the same club team, the Red Star, and it shows. They understand each other very well out there.
So now the Lobos will back it out to the defenders, and they'll try to make a pass out here. Again, this side. Nice footwork there. He beats the second man through, sends a pass up front, a little bit too much. For Javier Gomez, couldn't find it.
Excellent job by that's a left back. That's a long run. That's 85 yards he just sprinted.
Yeah,
and it's not going to be the last time he does it either.
And that high altitude will take its toll after a while.
The midfielders in a game of this level typically will cover 5 miles of sprints, starting and stopping sprints. So it's not like a easy 5K run out there.
And there's the kick again by the Denver Pioneers.
Once again, the Lobos get up and win that ball.
And there's a whistle.
Great job by the central defenders from New Mexico. Number 12, Kyle Ventner, has been very strong in the air, winning almost every single ball in there.
The Denver Pioneers quickly bring it inbounds.
Looking to try to catch the Lobos unorganized.
Off break,
there.
Yep, exactly. And here comes the ball all the way back. And there's the kick by the goalie. Beautiful kick.
Can win that. And they double him up and win that out. That was a good job by the forwards to get that ball back.
Again, backing it up to the defenders and
switching the point of attack from right to left and back to the right. Excellent ball out of the back.
Kyle Ventner has pass. Oh my goodness.
Had a great game. And it's a great few minutes here. I don't want to jinx him.
So with 15 minutes in, still no score. Lobos and Denver Pioneers. As the ball goes out of bounds, it will go over to the New Mexico Lobos. We'll get back on the offensive attack as they prepare, and they bring it in to Michael Green, and then Michael passes it off and out of bounds again.
The Lobos, the game started sort of taking shape now. You can see the styles of the two teams. I think the Pioneers are a little more content to try and score off of the counter, something quick on a turnover, whereas the Lobos are a little bit more attack-minded, possession, longer balls into the opposite corners, long diagonal balls, trying to get behind the defense. So we have a little contrast in style. One team looking to press the action, and the other one trying to capitalize on the mistakes of the